Halal Yahweh Bashem Yoshai Bahasham Kodash Barakatha Yahweh Barakatha Yahushai Shalom. Double honors to the elders of GMS Great Millstone Shalom. Isaiah chapter 54 verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. Behold, I have created the smith. You know, Oppenheimer would count as one of the smiths, the scientists. Physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer, he would count as one of the smiths, the scientists that blow up the coals in the fire and bringeth forth an instrument, the nuclear missiles, boy, for his work. I have created the waster to destroy. The nuclear missiles waste away. Isaiah chapter 46 verse 10, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, My counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. The Most High Yahweh is going to do all his pleasure. Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 14. The great day of Yahweh is near, it is near, and hasteneth greatly. Even the voice of the day of Yahweh, the mighty man, shall cry there bitterly. That day is a day of trouble, Slakia. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of thick clouds, Slakia, a day of clouds and thick darkness. Part of the day of Yahweh, the nuclear missiles gonna be flying on that day. The waster to destroy is gonna be out here, and nuclear missiles, that instrument. Deuteronomy chapter 32 verse 40. Alright, verse 39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill, and I make alive. I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Isaiah chapter 45 verse 7. I form a light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, do all these things. The Most High Yahweh creates evil, bad times. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill. The nuclear missiles hit, boy. It's gonna be a lot of killing. I make alive. I wound. And I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. If I know the elect is going to be delivered from nuclear missiles, but if you're in the way of that nuclear missile and you ain't the elect, oh boy, it's not a good place to be. You ain't gonna be able to escape them nuclear missiles. Joel chapter 2 verse 3. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. Talking about the ICBM nuclear missiles. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. Nothing shall escape them. For I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever. Wow. For I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever. For I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever. That's something, boy. We can't do that. For if I whet my glittering sword and my hand take hold on judgment, I will render to my enemies and will reward them that hate me. If I whet my glittering sword Now, one thing you think about with a glittering sword. I know a nuclear missile. If I wet my glittering sword with ICBM, nuclear missiles count as glittering swords. If I wet my glittering sword, ICBM, nuclear missile. So you think about a nuclear missile. One thing I didn't notice is, so in this Saturday, February 20, 2016 file folder provided by U.S. Air Force and an armed Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missile launches during and it goes down on the thing. But then you think about missiles, they have fire coming out them and how fast they fly. So it would look like a glittering sword. Because the missile's a sword, but it's also glittering because of the light from the fire. That's something I thought about. Right, I went looking up like what is the Minuteman III? It's ICBM. It's a nuclear. The Minuteman III is the sole land-based component of the U.S. nuclear triad. And it goes on about it. Alright, what is nuclear triad? What is the nuclear triad? Nuclear triad, a three-sided military force structure consisting of land-launched nuclear missiles, nuclear missile-armed submarines, and strategic aircraft with nuclear bombs and missiles. Sorry. Yeah. What you think about missiles? Oh, nuclear missile flying? It looks like it's glittering. You see, if you go down here in this thing, like a giant pen stroke in the sky. Oh, and another Minuteman III nuclear missile. So yeah, I thought about that. Like a glittering sword. Cause it's a sword, but glittering sword. So I thought about that. When you look at a nuclear missile. I will make mine arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh, and that with the blood of the slain and of the captives from the beginning of revenges upon the enemy. Since 1950, there have been 32 nuclear weapon accidents known as broken arrows. A broken arrow is defined as an unexpected event involving nuclear weapons that result in the accidental launching, firing, detonation, theft, or loss of the weapon. So a nuclear missile will be referred to as a broken arrow. Wow. I will make mine arrows drunk with blood. Nuclear missile. Arrows. I'll make mine arrows. Nuclear missiles. ICBM. Drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh. And that with the blood of the slain and of the captives from the beginning of revenges upon the enemy. ICBM, boy, nuclear missiles, they're sword. But a glittering sword. And with that, shalom.